Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Financial Sins. Listen, I am casual tonight, and I have a right to be casual. I mean, today I have a right to be casual because I'm relaxed. I want to show you what my shirt says. It says "button your lip." All right, so that's what you have. That's what you have. But I don't want you to button your lip. What I want you to do is to share your lip. That's not quite right either. I want you to express yourself. All right. Hey, so this month, excuse me, it's April already. It's halfway through the month. It is Financial Literacy Month. Financial Literacy Month. What an awesome month. A great month. This is phenomenal. I thought I put these. Oh, there you are. Hey, yeah, now I can see myself. Okay. Well, listen, it's a great month. I believe you're going to be in for a treat. Next month, we have a lot of guests. This month, we don't have any guests. But I have an event coming up, and I don't have the fly. Maybe I'll share with you next week. It's going to be in Port Wentworth, Georgia, at Richmond Baptist Church on Highway 21. Now, you want more information? Let me know. I will get it to you, okay? All right, so since 2003, April has been designated by U.S. legislation as National Financial Literacy Month. All right, so that's been a minute, man. Excuse me here. That's been a minute since 2003. So let me see, that's 21 years. 21 years. Financial Literacy Month, a milestone or milestone that underscores the timeless value of financial education in our rapidly evolving economic landscape. So this is a very serious thing. We're trying to teach people, and we are doing it. I am actually part of. You see this sign behind me? It's on this side. Yeah, there it is. You see it? You see it? You see it right there? National Financial Literacy Campaign. Our objective is to financially educate 30 million people by the year 2030. And with your help, we can do it. So let me mention this. If you are interested in becoming part of this campaign, let me know, because I want you. All right. I really do. I want you to be part of our campaign. I want you to be part of our campaign. I want you to be part of our campaign. I want you to be part of our campaign. I believe that your presence in this campaign could make the difference in somebody's life. Okay? So, how can you do it? Give me a call. I'm going to put my information up so you could see it. And I want you to holler at me, and you will hear from me as soon as I am able to get back with you. You will hear from me. So my information is scrolling across the screen. All right, my office address, my phone number. I want to hear from you. I really do. I want to hear from you. Hey, before we get too far along in our show today, and our topic is, are you ready for retirement? Are you ready for retirement? But I want to share with you a word from our sponsors, a couple of them anyway. Okay, let me see if we could. You ready? One Price Cleaners, Garden City, Georgia. All right, the farmers market. They're not far from the farmers market. Actually, they're right on the same street. You turn left to the farm. You come down the Highway 21 like your car coming from Savannah. You turn left to go to the farmer's market. Once you, well, off of 21, you make a Highway 80, make a right to go into farmers, but then you turn left to go into the gate. But then you turn right if you want to go to One Price Cleaners. Okay. Okay, I got that out. All right. They're on Highway 80. They're black owned and operated. They have the best prices in town. They do a great job. Now, why would you need to go to them? Well, you're going to need an attorney one day. And when you need that attorney, consider Davis Bosman Johnson Law, the law firm that gets great results. Their telephone number is 912-225-1600. They have offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. Now, here's their website, www.dbjlawyers.com. You want to check them out. All right. You need whatever you need in law, they can help you. Okay. And that's what you want to do. You want to check them out and see how they can help you. And if you have a situation that's been bothering you, haunting you, messing with you, give them a call and let them help you. Okay. Right now, I want you to share. Let folks know that we're on. Let them know what our topic is. Are you ready for retirement? No, a lot of people really are not ready for retirement. A lot of people are not. A lot of people are not. A lot of people are not ready for retirement. They think they're ready, but they're not. And what's going to happen is that when they realize that they are not ready, let me tell you what's going to happen. They're going to be in for the shock of their lives. The shock of their lives. So what's something that someone could do for retirement? The average person lives around 20 years after retirement, saying that average retirement age is around 65. Some people are retiring a little later now because of medication. They're healthy. They could do more things, vitamins, not just medication, vitamins, vacation. Hey, they do like me. They spend time in prayer and they're trusting God. And they have their health and their strength, and they're able to do things. So they're living longer. People are living longer, right? But the average person lives around 20 to 25 years after that golden retirement age of 65. So 10 years on the 65 is 75. 10 more years on top of that is 85. The average person lives to their mid to late 80s. All right. So what is it that we recommend? You want to have an insurance policy or a savings emergency fund of at least 10 times your income. At least 10 times your income. All right. And with that 10 times your income, in the event when an emergency arises, you're set at least for 10 years. So 10 times your annual income, not monthly, annual income. I forgot to put that in there. And if you do that, then you should be okay. All right. So what do you do in preparation? Preparation. What do you do? All right. One, you get out of debt. You have to make sure that you're getting out of debt. All right. As you're getting older, right? You're getting older, right? You see, this thing is going up. You're getting older. The debt should be doing this, getting lower. All right. So you're getting older, and the debt should be, I'm going to use my elbow here. The debt should be lower. All right. So let's say this hand right here represents your debt coming down. All right. I'm using my elbow. And this hand represents you, your age getting older. So it's happening at the same time. As you are getting older, you should be getting out of debt. So when you reach retirement age, you shouldn't have any debt but the regular monthly bills like utilities, things of that nature. I'm watching people that are in their retirement age getting mortgages. Now, I don't know their financial wherewithal, but some of them could afford it, and some of them, well, they just can't. What are they doing? They're buying a house. Now they have a new debt. That means they have to work longer or put their money somewhere where their money's going to work for them and it's going to be protected. All right, so this is Financial Literacy Month. Very important. It's National Financial Literacy Month. National Financial Literacy Month. National Financial Literacy. All right, you got the picture, right? All right, so this is very important, very critical. You should understand this. Now, how do you get out of debt? Well, we have a couple of methods, right? One method we call debt roll-up. In debt roll-up, what are you doing? You make a list of all your debts. At the top of your list is your highest, most expensive monthly payment. We're not talking about interest rates right now. We're talking about monthly payment. On the bottom is the lowest monthly and the smallest monthly payment. So you're looking at two things: the balance and the low monthly payment. Now, if that low balance, that small balance, you put the smallest balance on the bottom, the payment may be higher, but you put the smallest balance on the bottom. And then you add the next highest, the next highest, the next to the highest, whatever that might be, right? Now you add, if you could, at least $100, maybe $50, whatever you could afford, to that lowest monthly balance. So you're already paying on it. Now, you're not going to stop paying any of your bills. You're going to keep paying those things, all right? Don't stop paying them. Hello? Do not stop paying them. Keep paying them, okay? Hello, did you hear me? Keep paying those monthly bills. All right, now, when you do that and your monthly payment is now, let's say that balance is $150, your monthly payment is $25, okay? You add $100 to that, now you're going to pay $125. So instead of that $25 payment, which means, and you had a balance of $125, that means you have 5 more months. But now when you pay the extra $100, you only have 2 months left. You see that? It's called debt roll-up. Now you take that $100 plus that $25. All right, well, you got 1 more month to go, right? Now the next month you're going to pay that thing off because you only have a balance of $25. Now, you take that 25 plus that extra 100 and you add it to the next item on your list with the second lowest balance. All right, you got that? You're still making those other monthly payments. Now, let's say that second monthly balance is $35. You're going to add $125 to that. And you're just going to keep doing that till it's paid off. Then you're going to take that 125 plus that 35, which comes to 155 or 160 rather, and you're going to add that to the next payment. You see, you just keep doing that till you get to the top. And by that time, you've reduced months off your debt. You reduce interest that you're paying, and you are getting out of debt. You want to do this as soon as possible. So as you get older and you're ready for retirement, those things are paid off. All right, you hear me? Paid off. If you don't do that, then what's going to happen is that you're going to have a situation where you're going to have to work either part-time or full-time to pay that debt. Because let me help you understand something, that companies these days, they're going to court and they are not allowing that bill to die with you. They're going after your immediate family for that bill. All right. So that's something very important for you to understand. You have to create an estate, create a legacy, and I'm telling you how to do it. Hey, my name is Anthony Murray. I am your financial literacy educator. And listen, man, oh man, we're going to have a great show, the rest of this show. I want to go back and I just want to mention our advertisers again. You know, we're appreciative of those guys for advertising with us. We want to find them. We're going to find them somewhere, and we want to mention them one more time, one more again. All right. One Price Cleaners, located in Garden City, off right on highway. You might as well say Highway 80, right? They're right across the street from the market. All right. You won't miss them. You know where the farmers market is. You make a right turn off of 80, depending on which way you come. You make a left or right, right? So if you come from the Pooler area, you're going to make a left turn to get to the farmers market. All right, but when you make that left turn, just look to your right and you will see One Price Cleaners. If you're coming from the Savannah area, Garden City, and you're coming up Highway 80, you make that right turn on that street in front of the farmers market so you can go in their gate. All right, look to your right and you will see One Price Cleaners. They're Black owned and Black operated, and they're doing a good job in the community servicing their clientele. Now look, they don't have just Black clientele. They have a little bit of everybody there. So you want to check them out. And why do you need to get those clothes clean? So when you go visit the law firm of Davis Bosman Johnson Law, you decked out. You look business. You're there to take care of business, and you're going to do that. The law firm that gets great results. Telephone number 912-225-1600 with offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. What's their website? I'm glad you asked. www.dbjlawyers.com. All right. They're going to help you out. So you want to check them out, okay? You want to check them out. What is it that we want you to do today? We want you to share this. Let folks know that we're on and we're giving you some very valuable information. We're helping you get ready for retirement. All right, so let me ask you a question. Will you leave a financial legacy or financial hardship for your family? You better get ready. And learn what you need to do to protect your family and leave them a financial legacy. There's my office information scrolling across the bottom. You want that, okay? You really do. All right, my name is Anthony Murray. We're talking about, are you ready for retirement. Now, we just talked about how to get out of debt. Now, one of the instruments I like to tell people about that will accumulate money and that offers safety. That's the key, people. It offers safety. I'm only going to talk about one, maybe two, probably one. No. I must have drank my water because I don't see it. Anyway, I want to talk to you about a product that will offer you safety. Now, it takes a lump sum of money to open this product. You're not going to make monthly payments, but you can make, with some of the instruments, you can make an annual contribution of minimum $2,000. Okay. So it depends on how it's set up. I want to talk to you about indexed annuities. They offer a minimum guaranteed interest rate combined with an interest rate tied to a broad stock market index. Now that's important to understand because you want to know how that money is going to grow. And when I tell you there's some exponential growth in this, there is, but it's safe. You're not going to earn like you're in the stock market, all right? But you're going to earn money. Did you know putting money in, well, I can't really talk about it, but people have lost money in the stock market. And I'm sure everyone's aware of that. You could lose money in the stock market, right? You could. All right. I can't tell you not to put money in the stock market. All right. I got money in it. I got stock. Yeah. I also have a cryptocurrency. All right. Do I have a lot of money in either of those? No. Why? Because they're a risk. I like to put the bulk of my money in something that's not so risky. Risque. All right. Indexed annuities or an indexed insurance account. Okay. So there's a couple of things you could do. Now, index annuities are a type of financial investment. It's not like the stock market, okay? This is a financial product. It's very important for you to understand that this is a financial product. You may not earn anything. That's the downside of it, but you won't lose anything. Hey. That's the plus side. So in a down market, because it's indexed to the stock market, you don't lose anything, but you may not gain anything. So let's say the stock market goes down below zero. They're having a real hard time, real rough time. Who cares? You're not going to lose anything because you're not in the stock market. You are indexed. All right. Example, S&P 500 is a good index, or the Dow Jones Industry Average. Even though the benchmark does follow the index, your clients or you, my clients, you will never truly be exposed to the volatility of the stock market. So this unique design can offer protection against stock market losses, as well as the potential to profit from the market's gains. Man, you hear me? This is a win-win situation. A win-win situation. So you have a lump sum of money. Now, I've met plenty of people who have been very, extremely successful in stocks. You just have to know your risk tolerance. If you have a low risk tolerance, a moderate risk tolerance, or an aggressive one. All right. Excuse me. You got to remember the index, keep it in mind, this is a long-term situation. 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. All right. You want to put that money in there and let it sit. Hey, if you're at least 30, 35 years old, you should be looking at indexed accounts if you have the money to do it. You have to be. Now, look, you just can't. I got 10,000. Most of all of them, from what I believe, I understand now, all of them, minimum deposit 10,000 to open it up. All right. So if you don't have at least that much, and if you're not working, then you don't need to look at this. Let's say you have that much, but you're not working, you still don't need to look at this. Why? Because we want to protect our clients. We don't want you to lose money. I mean, put all your money into something, and then all of a sudden, 3 months, 6 months down the road, you need some money. So now you start borrowing against that money or taking money out. What's going to happen is that you're going to be penalized. All right. And it's an increment. So I have to explain it differently. So if your first couple of years, say there's so you understand, let's say there's a 10% penalty for early withdrawal. Each year that percentage reduces. Okay. Then after 10 years, there's no penalty. Let me say it like that. There's another name for it, but that's the name I'm gonna use for it. So yeah, at least you get clarity of understanding. Okay. This product comes with the long surrender period. This has to be money. I want to reiterate this. This has to be money that you don't need tomorrow. You follow what I'm saying? Now, if there's a crisis, an emergency, that's a different story. You let them know, and any company will work with you. All right, if you have an emergency going on, all right. But this is not a short-term situation. All right, you shouldn't open up an index annuity if you're looking for something short-term, a couple of months, a year. All right. This is going to be at least an 8 to 10 year situation or longer. All right. I know people, they put the money into it and they just want to keep it there and just let it roll. Just let it keep rolling. All right. Just let it keep rolling. Let it keep rolling. All right. The returns typically are not high. All right. But they could be high. Here again, based on what your money's in. And how long you let it sit there. But they're not like the stock market, which is what I want to make sure you understand. But what is it that's really valuable about these that I like? Protection. Protection, safety. Listen, you're not going to lose any money. The indexed annuity will protect your money. Okay. All right. You want to make sure that even if, let's say you start 35 and it goes to 10 years, 15 years, you don't want to touch that money before you're 59 and a half years old. If you do, you're going to pay an extra 10%. So you pay the fee, whatever the fee is. A lot of companies have a fee, right? Whatever the fee is, the taxes, and then 10%. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're putting money in there that you do not need to concern yourself with. You need to let it grow. And if you do that, you could leave your family with a financial legacy and not a financial hardship. All right. That's very important to understand that. Okay. So while this is not exposed to market volatility, all right, keep in mind that the returns will typically not be as high as you would experience in the stock market. All right. Let me bring something else up that's valuable. You know, when you buy what we call tax now situations, stock, mutual funds, um, money markets, those are tax now. You're going to pay taxes on those things annually, right? Well, the same thing with stock. You're going to pay taxes on those. Here, you're not going to pay taxes immediately. Taxes will be deferred. In the indexed annuity, taxes are deferred, and then you pay tax on the money that you take out, not the whole sum, just the money that you take out is called annuitization, the money that's taken out. So during the accumulation phase, while the money is building, you're not paying any taxes on that money. Taxes are deferred. Isn't that awesome? Now, if you have something, how can you build this thing up? Let's say you're retiring and you have money in an account at your job that you're leaving. You can roll that money over without being penalized and into a index annuity and let it work for you. Let it work. Okay, just let it work. A lot of people roll money, they leave one job to the next, excuse me, and they have a 401 at one job, and then they go to another job, they have another 401, excuse me, and they just roll it over to that one. You could do that. Or you could roll it over to something like this. Did you know that people have lost money in different instruments that their jobs have? Yeah. You could lose, and your monies are not protected. Okay. I was talking with somebody a couple of years ago who worked for a company which will go unnamed. And he's not with that company anymore. But let me tell you what happened to him. He started losing money. And this was during the pandemic. He just started losing money. Man, that guy started freaking out. He's just really got into a panic. What was he going to do? He's thinking about this is money he's saving for retirement. And all of a sudden it's starting to drain out. Well, the company did something. They had to move it into whatever they moved it into so to stop losing, because they were losing money, and people losing money bad. Okay. Now, just to reiterate, all right, this unique design can offer protection against stock market losses, as well as the potential to profit from the market's gains. But you are not in the stock market. Safety net, safety net. All right. So if the market again goes down to -10, what's your safety net? 0, or in some cases 0.75 or 1.25 or whatever. It still does not go into the negative. That's very important. Now, something else I love about fixed indexed annuities, Some of these companies offer a bonus. I can't call it a signing bonus, but they give you a bonus. In essence, they're paying you some of the interest that you would normally earn over time. They're paying it upfront, adding it to your principal that you're putting in, and you don't recognize it though until that period of 10 years or 8 years, whatever the contract is up. All right, and then it's added. All right, now index annuities have a lot of good benefits. A lot of good benefits. Let's say that you're in a situation where you never got long-term care. Now, if you don't have long-term care, you better look into it. That is something that I offer as well. You're not ready for retirement unless you have long-term care. So if you don't have it, you could use certain indexed annuities for that. My suggestion is that you open up an indexed annuity, first opportunity, and let that money build. Let it build, baby, let it build. Okay? If you need to use some of that money for a long-term care situation, you're not going to pay any type of penalty. All right, so this is very important to understand that this money could be used so many different ways, so many different categories, okay? Or a couple of categories, but mainly we're looking at retirement. All right, this is a safety thing, man. People are not financially acute. They're not financially cognizant of what's going on in the financial world. We're so comfortable with a checking account, a savings account, a M&M, a money market, a mutual fund, and there's so much out. A lot of people, I spoke to a lot of people that never even heard of an index annuity. They heard about annuities, they heard about IRAs, but they never heard about indexed. They don't know how it works or the values of it. So that's why I'm talking about this today. All right. With an indexed annuity, investors can receive a minimum interest rate over a certain number of years. All right. The contract defines all the terms. So you ask whoever you're working with, if not me, whoever you're working with, how does this thing work? What are the terms of it? Right. So this type of annuity returns are usually based on the performance of an underlying index, like what I mentioned before, right? S&P 500. You can diversify your portfolios by purchasing a fixed index annuity. So you don't have to use just one index. There could be several indexes or a couple of them that you can use. Most of it depends on how much money are you putting in there. Okay? It gives you the opportunity to capitalize on a wide section of the market. This thing right here, the index world, is a hidden gem. Index annuities, again, offer minimum guaranteed interest rate combined with an interest rate tied to a broad stock market index, such as the S&P. All right. So these are some key takeaways. Even though the benchmark does follow the index, you're never truly exposed to the volatility of the stock market. Now, let's go back to the beginning when I talked about proper protection and getting out of debt. You need to get out of debt. Because if you put your money to something like this and you have too much debt, you're going to tamper with it and you're going to be you could be subject to penalties, okay? This is very important. Very important. I want to make sure you understand. So first thing is proper protection. What I recommend to people for proper protection, make sure you have the proper retirement plan set up, life insurance plan set up. Disability is also very helpful, and long-term care. To me, that is the main ingredients for proper protection. Then you want to get out of as much debt as possible. Get out of that stinking hole, that debt hole, where, the psychology years ago was the more credit cards you have, the better your credit score is going to be. You don't need a bunch of credit cards. You're going to have too much temptation, and you're going to be in credit jail. When you're in credit jail because you have too much debt. Well, I sold real estate years ago. And they look at your credit history, right? They see you have 5 credit cards, and you're all excited because they see that. But they notice that 3 of your credit cards, although the balance is 0, you have a $5,000 credit limit, a $10,000 credit limit, $8,000 credit limit. The balance is 0, but that's the money you have available to you. So what are they thinking? They're thinking, whoa, wait a minute. This might be a credit risk, because now they have 5, 8, 10. That's 18,000 plus another. So they have $23,000 available to them in credit card debt. They're not using it yet, but what happens if they use it after we give them this mortgage for this house? So it's very important to understand that. You don't need a whole bunch of debt. Get rid of all those unused cards. Maybe keep one. But tell them, if you don't, unless you have the income to pay off a credit card monthly, don't you keep all that stuff, all right? Because credit lenders look at what you have available and what you are paying, all right? You got to keep that in mind. What you have available and what you are paying. That's very important. That's very important. The more money you have available, the more bills you have and credit, the higher the risk you become. Banks look at, loan companies look at, is this risk worth it? You're not just a person, you are a risk to a lending institute. So we want to get you out of debt, all right? And then we want to make sure you have emergency funding money. In the event an emergency comes up, whatever money you put in, it should be at least 10 times, or at least 6, not 10 times, at least 6 times, 6 months of your income. I know, what did I say earlier? I said 10. Oh, sorry about that. All right. At least 6 months. I say 6 months to a year. Others say 3 to 6 months of your income. 6 months to a year of your monthly income. So if there's an emergency, you have a little breathing space. All right. You can even put 2 years away or 3 years away of your income. The more the merrier, okay? And then lastly is investment. You want to make sure you build up your investment portfolio. Don't put everything, as an old saying is, don't put all your eggs in one basket, all right? You want to diversify. You could do that in an indexed annuity as well as other instruments out there. I can't talk about all the instruments out there because I am not security licensed. All right. I dropped something, so I had to pick it up. All right. So that's very important to understand that you want to diversify, have multiple streams of income coming in. The younger you are, the more chance you have for that. Okay, the younger you are, the more chance you have for that. So my recommendation for making sure you're ready for retirement and having something safe is a indexed, fixed indexed annuity. That's my recommendation. That's what I stand by. Now, make sure whoever you talk with about it, make sure they're licensed and they know what they're doing. They will ask you questions. I have to ask questions. I have to ask about your needs, your objectives, your situation. All right, your financial situation, your insurance needs, your financial objectives. Why? Because I have to make sure that this fixed index annuity is suitable for you and affordable. So yes, I have to get into your business a little bit. However, if you don't want to tell me all your information, that's no problem. There is a form. So when you're dealing with your financial professional, there is a form that if you decide, hey, I'm not going to tell them all that, you don't have to. That's your private business. But they will ask you to sign a form saying, they should anyway, that you do not want to provide that information. And you don't have to explain why. You just have to sign and say that, and on that form, it'll just say everything that company needs because you did not want to provide that information. That protects the insurance professional. Oh yeah, we need protection too. Wow, we are out there, but we don't know who we're dealing with all the time because people don't always show their true colors until something happens wrong. Right? Bad news travels fast, so we have to make sure that we protect ourselves. Now, I hope that good news travels just as fast. I want to again go back to our supporters, our sponsors. One Price Cleaners, Garden City, at the farmers market on Highway 80 in Garden City. They're Black owned, Black operated with some of the best prices in town. They say they got the best prices in town, and I believe them. I believe them. What about you? All right. So you know, eventually you're going to need to go see an attorney. Why not Davis, Bosman, and Johnson Law, the law firm that gets great results? The number 912-225-1600. Offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. Okay. So what is their email address? I mean, their website? Should be coming up. Hold on one moment. The website, dbjlawyers.com. dbjlawyers.com. Okay. Well, listen, we're going to wrap this up. Yes, we're a few minutes early, but it's all right. All right. We're going to wrap this up. I think I made the point that I wanted to make. Now, let me remind you that I have a event coming up, and let me give you the date. Hold on one moment. Hold on. I'm going to give you the date. So I don't have the flyer right there in front. All right. It's going to be April the 27th. It's going to be at Richmond Baptist Church, 7351 Highway 21, Port Wentworth, Georgia. So their theme for that for this event is secure your future strategies for financial stability in retirement and proper protection. Now, we talked about some of that, but I'm telling you, during this event, it's going to be like a 2-hour, 2.5-hour event. We're going to lay it all out. We're going to lay everything on the table. You don't want to miss it. This church is going to be, they're the sponsors. They're the one hosting it. They're going to be providing some food. But hey, look, we're going to eat and learn, baby. We are going to eat and learn. So I want to encourage you to be there. All right. It starts at, I believe it's 3 o'clock. Up 4 o'clock. It starts at 4 o'clock on the 27th. And I'm so used to getting there an hour or so earlier. But it starts at 4 o'clock. You don't want to miss it. You want to be there. Okay, you want to be there. It's going to bless you. It's going to help you. It's going to help your family, and it's going to help you to leave a legacy. I want to again leave you with my information so you could reach out to me, and we'd love to hear from you. We want to know how we can help you properly prepare for your retirement. Here's my direct line right here. Here's my office information right there. That's my email right there. You can email me. You could call me. You could write to me. All right. You could set up an appointment and we will sit down one-on-one. The insurance industry is a highly regulated industry. Your information is kept in the strictest of confidence. We do not share it with anyone outside of those you authorize us to share it with. And that should say enough for you right there. All right. We want to make sure that we help as many people as possible. As many people as possible. Well, hey, look, I want to thank you for being with us today. I want to encourage you to stop back by. All right. Stop back by. Talk to us. We want to see you again. We want to see you. Okay. We look forward to talking with you. Lord, say the same next week. It should be a blessing. Just remember what we said. Okay. Remember what we said. We'll talk to you next time.
I like that.